Hi friends, welcome back. In previous sessions we have discussed how to read the data and how to insert the data in ASP.NET Core by using repository pattern. In today's session we are going to discuss how to update the data by using repository pattern. So this is the example which we discussed in previous sessions. This is the data which we binded to this table. Whenever we click on this create product button, so this form will be loaded. Here we can create the new product. I'll go to my UI layer. I'm going to product. This is my index. Here I'm going to add one more table header for action. Here I'm going to add one table data. I'll add bootstrap style for this. I'll make it as center. Here I'm taking one div. Here I'm going to display the hyperlink for. I have to pass controller here. In our case, product is the controller. Here I am going to add the action. So action we have not yet created, so we have to create this, and here we have to pass the route ID, that is product ID we have to pass. I am going to pass it as ID that we will receive it from product, its ID. For this I am going to add class and the text I will add it as edit. So whenever user clicks on this, we have to redirect into this action method. First we have to implement our methods inside the product repository. I'm opening this. So this is available inside our implementation folder. Based on the product ID, we have to return product data. For that I'm going to implement this method here. Here I'm going to make it as async. Here I'm going to find product based on the ID which is passed by the user. So it will return the product details based on this ID. And also I'm going to implement this update method here. This is also I'm going to make it as async method. So we will implement both the methods here. And also I'm going to make this save also async. So here I can make it as save changes async. To update the data, first we have to check whether this product is available inside the database table or not. First I have to check that. I'm going to verify it. Here I have to pass the product ID which is coming from our model. If product is not null, then I'm going to update the data. Here I'm going to pass product name which is coming from the model, and also I need price. So this is the data which I am checking based on the model ID whether this product is available or not. If the product is available, then I am assigning this model which is coming from the view. So finally we are going to add context dot update, and then I have to pause this product for updation. Finally I have to save the changes. This is also a async method, so I am going to make it as await. So here also I have to use the same thing. Now we have to call this update method from our controller. I'll go to the controller. This is my controller, product controller. So instead of making as different action method for create and update, I'm going to make it as single one. I'll rename it as create or edit. So this post method also I'm going to make it as create or edit. In index also we have to change these action methods so that we no need to write duplicate code again and again, so we can make it as single. If you want to use separate, you can make it as separate. In this case I'm going to make it as single action method for both create and edit. So this is the action method, and here we have 5 columns, so I'm going to make it as 5 here. Here I'm going to implement first get method. I'm defining id and I'm assigning default value as 0 here. If id is 0, then I'm going to return empty view. Here I have to pause empty product model. If it is id is greater than 0, then I have to load the product details. This is product. So here I have to read it from product repo dot get by id. Here I am going to pause the id. So this is also async method. Here I have to make it as task. Here based on the id which is passed by the user, we will get data. If product not equal to null, then I'm going to return this view and I'll pause this product details. If we don't have any data with this id, then I have to display the message here, which I will store it in temp data. Here it will be error message. Product details not found with id. I'll pause that id here, and I'm going to return this to index page. This is not required now. So like this we are going to implement post action method also. So if model state is valid, here I'm going to check model.id is 0, then I'm going to call this insert method, otherwise I'm going to call the update method. Wait. That's it, we have implemented both the methods now. Now we will alter our view changes. Go to the create, we are going to make it as create or edit. I'll rename this. So here we have to change based on the model value. If user is trying to create, then we have to display this create product. For that I'm going to validate here. Model is not null and model.id is 0. In that case it should display the create product, otherwise it should display the edit product. Here we are going to receive the data from this product model. If model ID is 0, then I'm going to display this title, otherwise I'll display this edit product. Here I'm going to change the action as create or edit. So this is my title, and also I will change this. I'll change background color, info, and this title I'll make it as h2, and the class I will apply as text center. Here we need the ID. I'm going to uncomment this. Earlier we were using only create, that's why I removed the ID field. Now here we are going to perform both the insert and update operations. By default this ID will be 0. So here these buttons also we are going to change based on the model ID. Here I am going to validate the data. If model is not null, if model ID is 0, that means user is trying to create a product. I'll display this. Otherwise I'm going to display this. For edit I will make it as update. We will run the application first. First we will try to create a product. So it's going to create or edit. Here I am going to pass the product name. I'll try to submit here. So product created successfully, and the data is not loading. That means data is not saving here. Here I have to use the await. We'll run the application once again. Now we are going to create a product. Click on create product. So based on the condition it is showing the header as create product. I'll add this. Submit. So product created successfully, and it is added to our table. Now we will try to edit this product. Click on edit. It's showing as edit product, and it is showing the button as update. So I will make it, instead of quantity 15, I'll make it as 10. First we'll check the database. So this is data is added, quantity showing currently 15. I'm going to make it as 10. I will update it. Product details updated successfully, and it's updated as 10. We will check the database also. So updated perfectly. So here I am going to make some changes for this bootstrap alert. We will set timeline to hide this bootstrap alert automatically. Otherwise user can click on this and close it instead of manually closing. So we can set the timeline where automatically it will close after given time period. For that I'm going to open my Visual Studio. I'll go to my UI layer, go to the JS. Here I'm going to create one custom JS. For that right click, add new item, click on JavaScript. Here I am making as custom JS, click on add. Here I am going to make it as set timeout, and here I am going to create a function for that. Here I am going to use the jQuery to set the alert timeout. Here we can set the timeout. I am setting as 5000 milliseconds, it will be 5 seconds. And these custom JS need to add inside our layout page. I'll go to footer. After footer I am going to use this custom JS file. Also this footer I want to make it to bottom. I'll add custom style here. I'll set the position. We'll make it as bottom. 10 pixel I will set it so that it will display in the bottom. I'll run the application. I'll try to edit this product. I'll make it price as 75,000. I'll make it 84 as quantity. I'll try to update now. So this message is shown, and after 5 seconds it should close automatically as per our expectation. So it's closed. We will try to update another product. Click on update. So product details updated successfully. So its message is closed. So alert is closed as per our expectation. So like this you can update the data in ASP.NET Core by using repository pattern. That's it for today. If you like this video, please like and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.